Well, we find Rogers here in unusually feisty mood, about to express some of his energy by watching the all-time classic world title bout between Thomas Hearns and world middleweight champion Marvin Hagler. Marvellous Marvin to his friends, and also disconcertingly frequently to his opponents. All this, of course, inspired by not one but two post-match dust-ups, it would seem, in Swindon's EFL Trophy defeat at home to West Ham. No real explanation as to why quite things boiled over as they did in the final whistle. Nothing that we can really immediately substantiate that got the two sides quite swinging as freely as Hearns is there with his pretty infamous right hand. And no doubt the Football Association will probably enlighten us in due course, because it feels almost inevitable we will see a tweet from the FA spokesman saying that some kind of investigation has been launched into those post-match scenes. Joel McGregor, of course, getting a red card. Thoughts on the match itself? Well, Holloway seemed quite energised by the performance. He saw better kind of pressing and certainly attacking intent, I think. Lots more forward passing and putting the balls into the channels. I suspect on reflection what undid Swindon was when they went for that real attempt to win the ball back off the West Ham academy in sort of West Ham's half. Once they broke through, academy players who do all seem to have a massive degree of athleticism were able to break with a speed that perhaps Swindon wouldn't necessarily to see against other League Two teams, or maybe even, frankly, against League One opponents in the lower half, like, a little bit like Rotherham are in and around for Saturday's FA Cup tie. Winners on the night, certainly Paul Glatzel putting himself into contention for more starts with his 2 goals. I'd also argue over the past couple of games, the arrival of Tom Nichols in midfield has helped Swindon improve in the second half. Those are opinions. A quiet couple of games for Billy Bodin, back-to-back starts for him up front, where he hasn't had the impact I suspect he would have wanted. And also Joel McGregor with that red card and one or two sort of in different moments of form, perhaps. But again, the perspective is Joel McGregor is 19, not even around when these two were squaring off and throwing punches at each other with such vigour. So, the path of prospects is never, or rarely, always entirely smooth. So, he has plenty of time to get things right, and he certainly has a decent attitude overall, despite that first career red card. So there we go. There's just a little bit of musing on that game, really. So next stop is the Rotherham, of course, in the FA Cup at the weekend. There won't be a full Rogers ratings preview for that, but we will touch on it and have a look at how things stand in what's effectively a weekend break for League Two, with the FA Cup taking precedence. Rogers will talk to you then.